How's everybody doing? This is Ruben once again with Philosophy. I want to thank you for watching this video. If you liked any of my past videos, please like, comment, subscribe. Greatly appreciate it. Today I want to talk about mental health during this pandemic, specifically 6 tips that you can do today to improve your mental health. Now, these are things that I've done for years to keep my mental sanity in place. These are things that I really push upon whenever I do feel that I need that extra push or that extra strength to get through the day. During this pandemic, there's been a lot of reporting that things like depression, things like anxiety, things like the S word, if I don't want to say the word, but there's a helpline for that, have been increasing uh, rapidly, especially during this pandemic. There's a lot of reasons for it, but one of the main reasons, in my opinion, is that we're closed in. We're closed in with our thoughts. We were never designed to go ahead and just go through life and not not stay on doing something. We have to go ahead and steady keep moving, steady growing. And I think that's one of the reasons, one of the main reasons. So definitely, if you're having sort of mental health issues, one of the things you have to go ahead and put in perspective is your daily activities. Are you doing things like going for a walk? You are just not staying inside, or even if you stay inside, you're doing something. But you have to keep in mind that if you're struggling with mental health issues, one of the things that you have to do constantly, every single day, just like you take a shower, brush your teeth, change your clothes, talk to family or friends, look at your phone, you have to implement things for your mental health as well if this is something you're struggling with. And if you feel that it's sort of coming on, especially during this pandemic, these 6 tips I'm going to give you, will go ahead and help you. But I cannot stress the idea that you have to keep moving. You just can't stay in one place and let yourself go. That will go ahead and bring you down no matter what you do. So, you know, if you don't have nothing to do, do something. Sure, there's great things like watching a movie, taking a relaxed break, but if you're not moving towards something, if you're not growing, like I've always said, you're dying. You're either growing or you're dying. You never stay in the same place ever. So one of the reasons is that people are just they're not doing anything to keep growing. The mind and the way the chemicals work, it shows that you have to keep growing. You have to keep improving yourself in one way or another for those chemical balances to stay balanced. If not, they will become imbalanced, and that's when you have issues with mental health. So, first and foremost, the first tip I want to give you is if you're suffering with mental health issues, if you really feel in a very, very dark place, if you feel that you're thinking those very negative thoughts, I don't want to say the word because they'll put down my video, but the S word, if you feel like you might do that to yourself, definitely seek out help, emergency help. Get into a hospital, talk to a doctor. There's a helpline always in place. But specifically, if you can, talk to your doctor and see if you can get some some medication or something that can go ahead and prevent you from doing anything that you'll regret. Because with the tips that I'm going to give you, although they will make you feel better instantly, it's nothing like having something prescribed from your doctor if you're really in a dark place where you can work instantly, you know. Uh, sure, there are medications that take longer to work, but at least you can be given something that will take you out of that hole that you're in where you might think you might do something you might regret or you're really suffering in life. So, uh, drugs are one of the best things, if not the best things out there to get that fast result if you're not feeling well, especially in mental health. So, see your doctor, you know. There's hospitals now. Mental health has been a big topic, big issue. There's all sort of programs if you don't have the finances that can go ahead and help you and get to seeing a doctor this week or today. If you need to see one today, definitely go to the hospital. That's what they're there for. Don't be ashamed of it. You know, a lot of people go through it, and a lot of people check themselves into the hospital, see a doctor. There's nothing to be ashamed of that. Other people, you may hear them say that they don't agree with, or that, you know, they really don't feel your pain when it comes to mental health issues, and that's because uh, they've been fortunate not to have to go through that. And that's something that you cannot have a person that hasn't gone through it understand. So if, you know, even if people say, well, I have been through that, maybe they haven't been through it to the level you're in. So definitely don't be ashamed of it. If you really feel you need, only you know how you feel. You know, your value, your worth is way more than you can ever imagine. Your value that you can give to this world and help people and make this world a better place is worth so much money that you alone, all the money in the world, couldn't go ahead and buy the impact that you can do to make someone's life better, to make this world better, to make your family's lives better. And so, for no matter how many mistakes you think you've done, no matter how dirty or unclean you think you are, it doesn't matter. Your worth, there's no money in the world that can go ahead and ever equal to the amount of value, to the amount of worth your value is to this world. So definitely see a doctor if you need to. If you're really in a dark place, see a doctor, please. There's a helpline always available for you. Go to the hospital if you need to. Don't be ashamed. Don't listen to what anyone else tells you. If you feel bad, you feel bad. They're not feeling bad. You are. So that's the first tip that I would go ahead and give you. The second tip I would go ahead and recommend you is watch your carb intake. Your carb intake makes a huge difference. I've personally have researched it for a couple of years now, and I've went on and realized that whenever I increase my carb take during that day, my mental health is just not where I want it to be. My mind is not working as fast as it should be. And it's been scientifically, medically proven that carbs do affect your mental state, especially if you're having mental health issues. So limiting your carb intake, looking into things like the keto diet, or just limiting your carbs, looking online, there's hundreds of articles, if not thousands, that can go ahead and pinpoint you to the right direction where you can go ahead and decrease your carb intake. And I promise you, that first day you will see a difference. By that second day, you will know that this really does work. If you're suffering with mental health issues, go ahead and limit your carb intake. There's some people that eliminate it completely, and I personally, when I have gone days without having any carbs, my mental health is just to a level I cannot explain. So I can't go ahead and just stress how valuable that is to go ahead and limit your carb intake. Like I mentioned, go online, Google it. There's hundreds, if not dozens, of articles, YouTube videos that can point you to the right direction, to the best way for you to go ahead and limit your carbs, because not everybody's the same. Some people can go ahead and just take away all their carb intake and live like that. Some need help, some cannot do it every day. So go ahead and find the best way that works for you. My third tip is CBD. Now there's a lot of talk going on about CBD. There's a lot of places that sell it. The best CBD that I've personally have come about, and I've tried dozens and dozens of them, but the best one would be from this company called CV Sciences. That's C as in Charlie, V as in Victor, Sciences. They make the best CBD, specifically the gold formula. Get the gold formula from CV Sciences. CBD gold formula. And usually, for any sort of mental health issues, it could be anywhere from, start with 60 milligrams. If you feel that that's too much, lower. But usually, uh, from what most people take, and from what most people find it works for them, is 60 milligrams 1 to 3 times daily. So you could just add it up. They come in tincture, they come in capsules, whatever you feel is best for you. But CBD, it just, you feel relaxed as soon as you take it. Within an hour you take the capsules. I think it might take a little bit more time, but you feel the difference. You can go sleep, because if you're having mental health issues, sleep is a big thing that is being drawn out of your life. You cannot get the same sleep. This will work wonders for you to go ahead and take a nap, go to sleep, and for you to feel relaxed all throughout the day, not in a way that um, you know you're walking around like a zombie, but natural relaxation, normal relaxation as you should be. So CBD from CV Sciences, that's the only one I recommend. Okay, so the next one is vitamin B6. Vitamin B6. Basically, we all eat animal product. If you eat animal product in the way that the minerals and the vitamins are in the food, there's no way. Well, first off, B6 digest the animal protein or any sort of protein that you take. With the amount of animal protein that we consume, there's no way in the world that the B6 in the food can go ahead and digest as much animal protein that we're consuming nowadays. So you need a whole food supplement for this. So what it basically does is, you have to understand that we have these chemicals in our brain, and if you're suffering from mental health, you've probably researched this a little bit. We have things like serotonin, dopamine, and other sort of chemicals that work in a certain way. For us to produce those chemicals, we have to go ahead and have um, certain amino acids available. Uh, and the way that we get those amino acids to create those specific chemicals is from protein. But when you're suffering from mental health issues, specifically if you're suffering from anxiety, um, when you have these type of issues, there's an enzyme. Your stomach cannot break down the protein as it should. If you've been suffering with mental health for a while now, you're very, very, your ability to go ahead and digest that protein is very, very limited. So you definitely need some sort of supplement, whole food supplement. And the only one I would recommend from for B6 would be from Innate Response. Innate Response B6. You can find it on Amazon. I think it's like $20, $25 around there, and you'll take 1 or 2 tablets with every meal that you take. How easy is that? So innate response B6, that will allow you to digest the protein, and create the chemicals that your brain needs, and you'll see the difference within a day or two. Again, powerful stuff. And innate response is a whole food supplement, so we're not talking about rocks here. Most of the vitamins and minerals that you see out there being sold to you are just rocks. We're not designed to digest rocks. The way we're designed to ingest minerals and vitamins is from the actual plants that we eat. The plants digest the rocks, or the animals that eat the plants, like the grass, the cows that eat the grass and so forth. They get the minerals from there, and then we get it, second, third hand. But in the way that the mineral depletion and vitamin depletion is in our foods nowadays, you need a whole food supplement. So this is whole food. These are not rocks. This is like you taking food. So you can take this on an empty stomach, but B6 is specifically taken with your meal. Okay, whether you eat an animal protein or not, you need protein in your life. You need B6 in your life so you can digest it. The second one would be mega food magnesium. Again, we're talking about a whole food source here. I'm not talking about rocks. You can get magnesium at any pharmacy, any supplement store, but the majority of them, they're rocks. So they don't work, and if they work very little. So you need whole food supplement. And the only one I would recommend personally would be from Mega Food. So you can just type in Mega Food Magnesium, go to your health food store, and look at the magnesium products and see which one has magnesium from Mega Food. That's the only one I recommend. The ones I'm telling you here, these are the only ones I recommend. I don't recommend anything else. Um, from Mega Food Magnesium, and you take these on an empty stomach. Again, you can take them with food, but ideally, if you're suffering from mental health issues, um, on an empty stomach. So you'll take it as soon as you wake up. You take about 2 or 3 tablets, and then before going to sleep, you take around 2 or 3 tablets. Some people may only need one. Again, start with 2 or 3 and see how you feel. If you want, you can decrease it or up it at that point. But magnesium from Mega Food only. And another thing, innate response B complex. So this is a B complex um, supplement that has a lot of B vitamins and minerals that specifically work well with the B vitamins. And the B vitamins are ideal for your mental health, your brain, the way it makes chemicals. We just talked about B6, but there's other B vitamins that you need so you can go ahead and have your mental state be normalized. So innate response makes a specific B complex. You can just look it up. Innate response B complex. That's the only one I recommend. Usually you can take around um, 3, 4, 5, 6 tablets a day, and you could split them up into one or two. Maybe breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Or if you feel you need more, or especially if you're sleep deprived, because you probably are sleep deprived. If you have mental health issues, you may want to start, at a higher dose when you start off, and decrease it from there. But this will automatically work for you. You'll see the difference within a day or two. Most of these supplements, you will see a difference the first day as soon as you take it. Okay, so go ahead and look over this video again. Write down the supplements. These tips will dramatically not only help you and help you improve your mental health, but will change your life. Trust me, I've seen people, and of course, all of this is just my opinion. Definitely talk to your doctor before you take any advice from me. I'm not a doctor, but this is what I've seen work for me, and what I've seen it work for people that have tried this. Okay, so I love you guys. Yeah, have a great one.